Welcome back to my channel. I'm so thrilled to be here back on screen for my Christmas 2023 videos. Today we're heading on over to Ikea to see what we can find there for Christmas 2023. It was out a month ago, but I waited till November and Halloween was over to start doing these videos. I have a very specific plan in my head what I'm going to do this year for Christmas. If you haven't seen my Christmas video, it was my most famous Christmas video, or it got 25,000 views. I was so shocked last year. I'm so grateful to all of those who tuned in and were able to subscribe and really enjoyed the video. So I will leave a link to that in the description box below if you want to check that out. But I like to change up my themes every single year. This year I'm going for a more nostalgic Christmas with a little old school Swedish Christmas thrown in as well. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe, but let's head on over to Ikea to see what we can find for 2023 Christmas. And before we get into the video, I want to encourage you to stay until the end, because that's where I found these Scandinavian starlights that we have here in Sweden for Christmas. They are a must-have for Christmas, the easiest way to transition your home into Christmas, so stay tuned. So this is the first thing that I saw as I walked in. Their displays are really sweet sometimes for Christmas. I really like to look at them, get some inspiration, and also so that you can see what it looks like here in Sweden, Scandinavia, where obviously Ikea started. I am sure it might be the same where you are, or is it any different to where you are, the way they've set up Christmas? I think they do cater to the different countries that they're in, but this is what it looks like in Scandinavia, and they've definitely set up a baking section, which really is a very, very common thing that you do here in Scandinavia for Christmas. You bake cookies, gingerbread houses, as well as a lot of Swedish candy for Christmas. We've got something called Connect. I will be putting out some recipes so that you will be able to make them at home as well. Then I just walked through the children's section. There was nothing much to see there for Christmas, and then I came across these beautiful little gingerbread houses. Now they had them last year, and last year when I saw them, they were not decorated like this. This year they've gone in a very traditional theme with a lot of red and green, and obviously looking very snowy and lovely. So if you want to pick up the mini ones, you can do them as well as the big ones. It's called Winter Saga, which means winter story. So that really is a set of things that they have specially for Christmas. They had them out last year as well. Now I walked past the kitchen section, and of course they had a few pieces that they brought out for Christmas. Some of these cookie tins, as well as these red mixing bowls, and this red sleeve for your rolling pin. Now this is very common to have here in Sweden. I'm not sure if you have it anywhere else in the world. You add it onto your rolling pin and you roll it out onto your cookie dough or your gingerbread dough, and then you bake it up, and then you've got this heart design on your cookie. Now this green serving platter was 179 crowns. It was so beautiful. I was really tempted, but I really don't have any space for it in my home, but I would definitely pick that up if I could. These placemats are very traditional to Swedish Christmas, very traditional print. You could have them in your kitchen for your kids to use, to draw or color, or just even eat. You could use them in a frame and mount them up on your wall. The options with that were endless. Now these are the throws they had. Once I left the kitchen area, I headed straight on over to their throws just to see what they had. They had a few new pieces. This one was a very subtle sort of red color you could have all year round, and this was 249. It was a new, it's got the orange tag, a new design. I wasn't so sold on it. I thought it was a little stiff, but if you brought it home and washed it with some detergent, maybe it would be softer. I did buy something similar to that a few years ago. I've got a home. I will show you that in some later videos, and that was obviously better quality and a lot less money. Ikea has gone up in price, but still is very, very affordable. This was a traditional sort of print for Christmas, a Swedish cushion, if you will. They had some new cushions out. I loved this sort of red color. This was 79, this sort of boucle red cushion, but it was a little bit bright, like you can see on the color. So if it's that sort of color you're using this year, then that definitely would be one worth picking up. I thought it was very sweet. This one was also lovely, very traditional. It was sold at 59 crowns. It was on sale, and they had these sort of plain red color. colors as well, velvet ones as well. I really like the Selna velvet ones. I have so many of them at home. They do have these sort of sage green, these brighter greens, but I definitely love this one. The Selna, you can't go wrong with them. I have a number of them. For your front entrance, I thought this mat was just divine. It was so beautiful. I'm definitely going to pick it up. I went walking, so I didn't go in the car, so I'm not going to be carrying it all the way home, but it was definitely 149 crowns, something worth picking up. It was definitely something I will be picking up and showing you what I do with it when I get home. It's an outdoor mat. I just wanted to briefly show you their Christmas trees. Personally, Ikea is probably going to be really upset with me. I don't know why they bring out their Christmas trees really, because they're 399 crowns and I don't think they're very good at all. Even their most expensive trees to me just feel really plasticky. This one was the one for 399 crowns. Not very big, not very nice. Some of them are pre-lit, but if you are in the market for a Christmas tree, I wouldn't head on over to Ikea. These amaryllis are 49 crowns, very popular here in Sweden for Christmas. Amaryllis, people really buy them actually real, and they grow really tall inside your home, and they have it for Christmas. But these ones, as you can see against that garland, the green, it looks really, really pretty. I would just stay away from the white. It doesn't look very realistic, but the reds are really, really beautiful. If you buy nothing else at Ikea, get yourself a couple of these wreaths, or even one. I loved them. They were 199 crowns, which really I thought was very inexpensive for a large wreath like this. It was beautiful. It was obviously not a real touch, but I absolutely love this. For me, this looks really Christmassy, very natural. I love the sort of pine cones and the rustic nature of it. Compared to this one, was 129 crowns, and it was so small, it had no embellishments on it. This one was so plasticky. It was also, I think, 175 crowns. Just ridiculous prices when you think about that big one for 199 crowns. You can embellish it, you can put things into it, and I'm planning to buy 2 of them and using it in my home this year for Christmas. Stay tuned to see what I do with them, but they're definitely worth picking up in my books. If you wanted to add in some new ornaments and some traditional Swedish ornaments, this one was pretty traditional, but this one you could probably easily DIY at home for a lot less. Ikea had also come out with these baubles. They were so beautiful, lovely colors. I'm not sure I'd be picking those up, but they definitely would work in a sort of multicolored theme, as well as these ones. I saw them on the website and I was keen to see them in person, and they were quite pretty actually. I think they would look lovely on a Christmas tree. So really nice baubles they brought out this year, so definitely something worth looking at, especially if you're looking for, you know, generic style baubles for your Christmas tree. Ikea is definitely the place to hit. Now, if you are living in the States or somewhere else where your baubles, you can get them at Target and all for a lot less. This is definitely something you'd want to pick up if you want to create a Scandinavian Christmas. This is called a bocken, and it is a goat. Yes, a Scandinavian goat. We have it here for Christmas. Stay tuned for my videos. I'm going to show you how you use it at home. It usually lives under your Christmas tree. A very, very traditional Swedish Christmas decor piece to pick up. Now, this is another very traditional Swedish decor and gift idea that you would give on the 1st of Advent. It's an Advent calendar. Now, this one is empty. You can buy it yourself and add in your own gifts, or even if you wanted to put in a note inside and create a kindness calendar. That's what I do for my kids, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm telling you, I've got lots of videos and ideas coming up for you shortly. These were some other wreaths I saw. This one was really pretty, but the gold was just too much gold. I am absolutely shocked that Ikea actually has it, because we in Scandinavia, we don't like such a lot of gold. But I suppose you could buy it and take it apart and use the bells for something, but really it wasn't that cheap either, so I would just skip that one as well. But if you wanted to go the traditional route and have a really traditional Scandinavian Christmas, I'm going to have a few of these on my Christmas tree as well. They're just really, really very traditional, old school Scandinavian Christmas decor they would make by hand out of straw, because obviously they didn't have anything else, and it has passed down from generation to generation, and it's still very, very popular here in Sweden. Now, another very popular Scandinavian Christmas decor piece are these gnomes or Santa Clauses, but I don't know, I just found the ones that Ikea not very nice, not well made, and it was just not something that I would pick up for myself, but definitely something you could look at, but I'm sure you'd be able to buy something similar where you are for that looks a lot better. But I have to say the dollar store here in Sweden had a lot better quality on the Christmas gnomes. These cushions were really sweet. I thought they were 149 crowns for a child's room, or if you were doing a sort of candy cane theme, they would definitely work. And then I wanted to show you some of the wrapping paper. If you're looking for nice, inexpensive wrapping paper, Ikea is really a great place to visit. It's got name cards and ribbons, and I'm just going to pop in some pictures of what I found on their website just to give you an idea of what you can expect to find at Ikea. Now, these metal homes or little houses are very traditional here in Scandinavia for Christmas. When I moved here 15 years ago, I remember finding these in the shops and thinking they were so pretty and so darling, and they are still around today. This big one was 149 crowns. You could put the two together and they are really, really pretty. You have a candle in there. I could see it working for a little boy's room, or even in a blue themed Christmas, really lovely. And the little one was 79 crowns. You can put a candle in it, real candle, or even a fake candle. Then there was a set of this red and white one. It didn't come with the roof, but they were also really, really sweet. You could have all of them together and really create a lovely cozy atmosphere in your home for Christmas. Now, Ikea had come out with a new range of string lights. I thought they were all very, very pretty. I would just stay away from the very white light. I'm not a big fan, but these gold ones, they had them last year as well. They're called Sprola. They're really pretty lit up as well. Really, really lovely. You can just have a string of them down your dining table, and that will be enough to really create a cozy atmosphere. So now these lights are also sort of the string star fairy lights that they had, but as you can see, it's got a colder light than the stars next to it. I prefer a really warm light, but if you're going for a very modern Scandinavian sort of look, then these white lights, it's brighter white light, is really perfect. Now, this was a very modern take on a very traditional Scandinavian Advent light. These are what you would have on your windows. This is made in wood. Definitely something that I would pick up if I wanted to create a Scandinavian Christmas, or just a really warm aesthetic in Christmas. My mother took some of the very inexpensive ones all the way to Sri Lanka. She has them all year round. They're just so lovely with the ambient lighting that you can't go wrong if you pick them up. This garland was $399. I just wanted to mention that it was a pre-lit garland with battery operated. So if you wanted to hang it over a doorway or down your tablescape, but it was thin, so you're gonna have to add stuff to it. Now, the time I've been waiting for, and obviously if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much, and let's look at these star lights. Now, if you implement anything into Christmas this year, it has to be our Scandinavian star lights. We absolutely love them here. Every single home, every single restaurant, anytime during Christmas, anywhere you go, you're going to see these starlights. I'm going to show you how you can put them up on a stand, how you can hang them. So if you are shopping for them at Ikea, just pick them up. You won't regret it. I am telling you, we love them here in Scandinavia. We have them in all colors, all shapes, sizes. We've got blacks and browns and reds and blues and greens, and we've got snowflakes. It's just because we love them so much. It has really evolved, and nowadays you can get anything you want here in Sweden. But Ikea, they have very traditional ones, and they are limited because they are catering to, and that's because they have Ikeas all over the world, and not everybody knows what to do with them, especially if you're not living here in Scandinavia. But if you're keen to see all the different types that we have here, leave me a comment, and I'm glad to do a video of the different shops and all the different types of starlights that we have here in Sweden. Now, I'm going to be doing a video on Thursday on all the food items that you want to be picking up for a Scandinavian buffet. So don't forget to subscribe, join me for that video, and I will see you on Tuesday. It's an extra video for the week.